All right. So I am recording this so that when it's over, I can send it out to you guys in an email. So if you need to go back to it or want to see what I did or how I did it, you'll have that. So this is new. I've done this in the past. I just didn't do it very often, so it's been a long time. So hopefully it works well, but you should be able to hear me and see all the functions that I'm doing on my computer in the recording as well. So what we're basically going to go over, to keep it very simple, is this is kind of like, think of it as a Facebook 101, not how to use Facebook, but how to utilize the Boomtown website and IDX system you already have with Facebook for the purpose of generating leads. Okay. What I'm going to show you is super simple. You're probably going to be like, holy shit, why didn't I think of this before? Or that's really easy. If it seems difficult, ask questions. If you're not sure on something, let me know. We'll go through it. Really, this shouldn't take more than probably 40 to 45 minutes for us to go through. And then, like I said, you'll have the link later that you can go through and check out and reference for, how did he do that or whatever. So we're going to go through. We'll start with Facebook. The first thing that you need to do in order to make this work is create a Facebook page, business page. So I'm sure all of you guys have personal pages. If you don't have a business page, you'll want to create one. They're free, super simple to do. Upload a photo of however you want. You can see our business page is just the logo. It says Conway Real Estate. The profile picture could be, anything you want. It could be clients, a picture of a client or whatever. Do what you want with it. Get some reviews. The easiest way to start out with reviews is to just shoot an email out to everybody with a link asking them to give you reviews. Also, inside Facebook, once you set it up, it'll give you the option to notify your Facebook friends and to ask them to like your page or to leave reviews about your page and that kind of thing. Go ahead and do that. The more likes you have, the better. And then obviously, positive reviews are always good. I have one negative review, and it's in Spanish, so I don't even know what it means.
Pop it up, I'll tell you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
I've literally tried Googling whatever it says to see what it means and stuff, and have not been able. Right there.
Ask Angelica.
She gave me a 1 star, and I don't know what más o menos means.
Más o menos means so-so.
Well, she sucks. And I don't know who she is.
Who she is? I don't know.
I've looked her up to see if she's a client we've done business with. I do not know her or know of her. So I will have to figure it out. I did find out just recently when I saw this and was like, who dare put a 1 star review on our page? That this person is mutual friends with one of our agents. So who knows? Maybe that's the link. We'll have to find out. Well, I'm not going to say, and neither are you. But point is, get reviews. Get so-so. That sucks. Get reviews and get page likes because nobody likes doing business with somebody where it's like, yeah, 2 people like this page and they have no reviews. Okay? So once you've done that, how you're going to utilize your Facebook page for the purpose of generating traffic. So everybody has a Boomtown site. Is there anybody in here that does not know what their site is or has not used their site at all? Okay. The main domain name is searchvalleyrealestate.com. Your domain name is going to be your first name, .searchvalleyrealestate.com. So, for example, Todd's is todd.searchvalleyrealestate.com. That's the page you're going to go to. This is a general one, so it's just branded to no individual person. And that's the one that I'm going to use to show you guys how to do this today. But if I did use Todd's website as an example.
Mine's forwarded to a domain name. You can just go ahead and do one, Mike. I was gonna do it.
Use Todd's account to do a posting.
No, it's
Well, it's not free.
It's getting. I got my credit card in there.
The internet. For some reason, it doesn't want to work with Todd's right now. Or mine.
Boomtown taking a crap.
We have kind of a weak connection that seems like.
The internet's really slow.
Yeah, actually.
Is anybody on the internet right now?
I'm gonna log off.
If anybody's using their phones or their iPads on the internet, if you could do me a favor
I'll log off.
for the purpose of this,
Okay, no, you're
I'm going to do it with mine too.
just on the phone.
Once we're done with this, you guys can reconnect. We're having extenders put in so that the signal will be much stronger back in this room, but we're waiting for them to come out and do it.
And then you're gonna have direct hard lines in some of the desks around, right?
No, we're having the Wi-Fi beefed up so that we don't need hard lines at all.
Oh, super.
All right, here we go. Thank you guys, it worked. So, let me try Todd's again real quick. Okay, so you can see the difference here is you got Todd's beautiful face up here, to where the other one there was nothing there.
Don't use mine.
That's a good picture. It's a good picture of that guy right there. It's an attractive client getting picture right there. So, so this is what you do. You pull up your website and you utilize this site to drive traffic, or your Facebook post to drive traffic back to this site, because this site, honestly, Boomtown's one of the best IDX lead capture sites that's out there in my experience. I've used Zerple, I've used Tiger Leads, I've used, I'm learning Commission Sync and conversion right now, and I'm even seeing that our site is way more user friendly to the consumer than those ones, and the lead capture is way stronger in our site than a lot of those other sites. So driving traffic to your site is the best thing that you can do for generating leads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Todd's site because he just said he wants to run an ad, and I'll just let him pay me for it. So we're going to do, you don't mind if I do whatever I was going to do, right, Todd?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so what I'm doing is taking Todd's site and I'm doing a search of Gilbert Homes, and I'm basically going to narrow this down to the list that I specifically want to market on Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to do nothing under 200,000, and I'm also going to do nothing over 400,000. For me, in my opinion, that's a sweet spot. Okay, that's the majority of our population is looking in that price range, and we're not specifically trying to go out there and find, $65,000 leads, although they happen naturally and organically, and it's completely up to you how you work with them. I work with everybody because people are people, whether they're $65,000 or $650,000. But at the same time, I'm not going to spend money to only create traffic from $65,000 leads. So I'm going to go through and just kind of pick a few things in here that matter to me for the reason of bringing the number down, because I don't want 600 homes to be on my list. So what I'm going to do is actually look for properties in this specific case that have all been reduced in price in the last 3 days. And I can see that my list is now down to 63 homes instead of 650 where it was just at. And one of the most important things that you guys can do when you're advertising on Facebook or driving traffic to your website is using the gallery view, because people are most motivated and interested in pictures. That's why Pinterest is so popular right now. Okay. So when you use the gallery view, it just gives these people tons of properties to look at with photos. And you'll notice because I specifically am looking at properties that have all been reduced in price in the last 3 days, they're all tagged with price reduced, or the majority of them are. Okay? That's a huge advantage to you when you're advertising because A, you're going to put it in your advertising, and then when they're looking at these properties, they're looking and seeing that, well, there's a ton of these houses that have been reduced in price for whatever reason, which just gives the impression that these are better deals than they were 3 days ago. Okay?
So you said, now it's just everything that's been reduced in the last.
This is everything in the target that's between that $200,000 to $400,000 range, specifically in Gilbert, that is a single family house, no condos, townhouses, or anything like that, that's been reduced within the last 3 days in price. So one thing I could do is I could also come back up here, and I could say I want everything that's been reduced in price in the last 7 days. And which isn't a bad idea if you're only going to run a boost for 3 days, because if you're running a boost for 3 days and you're looking at properties that have been reduced in the last 3 days, every day that number is going to change. So the people that are looking at your ad on day 3 are going to see less properties that say reduced price, because now they've been reduced for the last 5 days. See what I'm saying? So you can do what I just did. You could change it to 7 days. You can see it gave us 100 properties. Not a big deal. I usually don't like to be too much over 100. I try to keep it at or around 100 or less with properties. Once I've narrowed down how I want my search to look, and this can be anything. You guys can do just foreclosure properties in Tempe, Chandler, Mesa, Gilbert, all those areas, and just boost an ad that talks about check out all of these foreclosure or bank-owned properties that have been reduced in price. And you have to create that call to action for that ad and post it. But whatever ad or whatever type of properties you want to pull, that's up to you guys. This is just one that I'm doing because it's been a big hit in the past. It drives a lot of traffic. People seem to click on it a lot, and it brings in a lot of leads. So once I've gotten to this point, I go up here to the browser, and I just copy that URL from the top. I go back to Facebook. I go to my business page. And then, as simple as it can possibly be, I just paste that link from the URL straight into my Facebook page. I give it a second to load. So this happens every once in a while where it doesn't load correctly. There should be a photo there. And what this does is it means it didn't link to the page. It just linked to the Facebook, the website itself. So I'm just going to click out, go back in one more time, and repaste it, and then now it's linked. Okay? So I don't want to use a coming soon photo. So I can browse through. They give you 3 options for pictures, and I can pick one of these 3 pictures to use and call it a day. Or I can use one of the photos that I want to use, and what I do is pull pictures from our website, like one of our listings that I want to use, and I'll put it up there. So let's see here. So if I wanted to use one of these photos, I thought I had one saved already.
Don't use that one. That one's flooded right now.
Is that yours?
Is that the one that, oh my gosh, how bad was it?
They got a $9,600 claim, so they're doing brand new tile throughout the whole house.
Nice, great.
Yeah, I got a call, the same like yours. The guy goes, "Hey Jenny, I just showed your listing that I had at Sun City last year. It's 3 inches of water throughout the whole house. The hose broke and was just flooding because it was vacant, so no one was living there."
It smells really bad right now, so they're doing it probably
They
Monday or
didn't rip
Tuesday.
everything out right away.
No, because the adjuster didn't go until yesterday afternoon.
Oh, wow.
How do they
Just
get in?
put it temporarily off market?
They actually climbed through the balcony, and they propped the sliding gate open.
Wow.
They stole one of the bedroom windows, and
They just turn the water on
and
and
they
left it
turned the
running?
water around downstairs, and then put the plugs on the sinks.
Oh my
And they just
God.
walked
You put
away.
it temporary off, right?
I forgot to put them up with it as soon as we get done.
They're like,
All right,
"Hey,
so-
reminder."
What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually take a picture from Chris's listing because I just like the house. I think it looks pretty awesome from the outside. So I'm gonna steal one of his photos here that I'm gonna use for this purpose. So all I did is went into the MLS, found the picture I wanted to use, saved it to my desktop. I'm gonna go back to Facebook, and then I'm gonna click on Upload Image here. Find that picture, upload it, and then let it put the image in. So then it puts the photo above it. It has this down here. Once you've done this, and this is important because you want to keep your ad clean, is you want to now delete the link out of the text because it's already linked in the ad itself. You don't need it to be in the text anymore.
Now, there's a little block that autos formats. Is it there still? I don't see it. Is there something under the picture? That.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the link.
It seems like when I upload the picture, that block goes away sometimes. Don't know what.
If you upload the picture incorrectly, meaning like, are you doing it from a business page or a personal page?
On the business page, and you clicked the option to upload a picture from inside the link, right?
Yeah, inside the photo it said click. It said
Not
upload picture.
upload picture.
Yeah, if you do it from like if you try to post something right here by clicking on the photo video, it won't work. The box won't be underneath it. So what you have to do is just paste the link into the post, wait for it to load the link, then you can delete the link out, and this box will show up underneath the picture at that point. Okay? But you need this box. Otherwise, you have a photo that will do you no good. It's not linked to anything, and they'll try to click on it, and it's just going to make the picture bigger, and it won't get them anywhere. Okay? So I'm just going to throw something out here like this. Take a look at these great Gilbert homes. Starting at only $200,000. All homes have been reduced in price. Click below. Okay?
That one's $592.
They don't know that. That's just a picture. It's not linking them to the property.
It should be $594.
Yeah, it's just linking them to properties. It's not linking them to that property. All right, I'm just using it because I think it's a great marketing photo to use. All right, so once I've gotten to this point, my ad's pretty much done. I go down here to boost post. This is why it's important that you know you can do this from a business page, not your personal, because a personal page will not allow you to boost post. You can only boost post through a business page. So you click on the boost post. It brings up a nice little section here if it's your first time. It's going to ask you for credit card information. What's that? So you go through, you create your audience. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to actually adjust the audience on this one. Let's see, actually. Let's create a new one. Call it Gilbert. I do mine by cities, so you can click here. You could do, the whole state if you wanted, but I do cities. Click on Gilbert. Do it personally. I do a 25-mile radius, so I'm reaching pretty much still the entire valley, around 25 miles around Gilbert. You don't want to do just Gilbert and 0 miles, which it defaults to, because people are moving in and around Gilbert, But people outside, like me, I just moved to Gilbert from Peoria. So you still want to be able to connect with people that are all over the Maricopa area.
Usually we use Phoenix, don't we? Just because.
Yeah, you can use Phoenix. Just because
like
Phoenix will allow you to stretch a little bit further out. Like it'll connect to like Wickenburg even if you use Phoenix. So you can use Phoenix, and I can actually change this one.
I had a weird thing happen. I did a Phoenix one, and I got like 20 likes on my business page.
Uh-huh.
And all of them were Mexican, like everything on the Facebook page was Spanish.
Like to where you can read
I
it.
have no idea who they were.
You just call me and I'll help you.
Well, I don't know. It was sort of like almost like the target got put there, and they were seeing the ad, and I didn't get any reads through it, but I got a ton of likes. And they were like several very ghetto people. I was like,
Their partner speaks Espanol.
there you go.
Send them out. Leonard will help you with those. Let me look at the ad later, and we'll check it out.
I deleted it. I don't know what happened. I just recreated it.
Okay.
You wanna
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
spent $40 on them.
I'm not sure. So, if you ever get in a situation like that, though, where you're like, "What happened? Why is it not providing me the results I thought it would?" Call me and let me know, because I'll look at the ad and go over it with you and see if there was something that was weird with it or whatever. Which I, off the top of my head, don't know unless you wrote the ad in Spanish, which I highly doubt you did. So.
Is there a Phoenix in Mexico that someone got selected?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. All right, so at this point, then I just save my audience, so I know where my target is. I come down here, adjust my budget. Todd, how much do you want to spend?
60's fine.
Okay, so I click on 60. You can create your own, just choose your own here, and then you can put any dollar amount there. But we'll go with 60. It shows us that we should reach between 6,800 and 18,000 people with this ad through the changes that we made, the audience adjustments. How many days do you want to run it for, Todd?
Well, don't we usually do it 3 days? That's
3 or 4 days is my recommendation, especially if you're going to do like a $60 or something like that. If you're doing like 100, 5 or 7 would be fine. But personally, I like to do at least a $15 a day minimum. So 3 days puts us at $60 over 3 days. Is that what you want to do?
sure.
Okay. My payment information is already in here, so I don't have to do anything. But you would just update your payment or put your payment information in there. And then I'm good. So at this point, my ad is created, and all I have to do is hit post.
So you don't go through and target certain people that have been searching for homes? You don't do any of that?
I keep it vague.
So just anybody out there?
1 out of 4 people are looking for a house.
They're probably not going to tag themselves for that. Because they're.
It's gonna be it's gonna be hard. Oh, thanks. It hurts like hell.
It looks like it hurts.
It's I was a total baby with this thing yesterday.
I added for my target areas, Los Angeles and several other big, like Hollywood. Hills. Seriously, I got 2 California people who are moving here next year.
Yeah.
Moving here this summer.
Yeah,
And
there's a
they're
lot of
moving to
things.
Gilbert, and they're like, "Oh yeah, $400,000 house, no problem."
Yeah.
Right.
A $400,000
That's
house is
changing
an
now.
apartment.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things you can do with the interest and targeting. For example, if you're doing an open house in an area for like CCV is a huge church up in the Northwest Valley. So we were doing an open house in a neighborhood that butts up against that church. Like literally people move in and out of there specifically because of that church. So we ran an ad and targeted specifically people that like and have interest for CCV, and advertised and promoted the open house specifically to those people, and had huge results, by doing so. So you can use your interest and your targeting to narrow down as much as you would like. But for me, lead generation has a lot to do with casting an open net, bringing it in, and I would rather deem what's good or bad than leave it to the computer, personally. So I know what my abilities are. I know that I can make 50 phone calls a day if I have to until I get a hold of these people to determine whether these are good. And I also know that if I generate 50 leads and only 2 of them are rock solid, well, that's a good day for me.
That's 6,000.
I don't mind making 48 bad phone calls to find 2 good ones. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in how you look at things. Am I telling you that you're going to generate, 100 leads and 94 of them are going to close? No, I'm not. I would be in a totally different business if I could promise you that. But what I can tell you, for example, Angela, who already knows how to do this because I taught her, just ran a post for $100 last week, and she ran it for like 7 days, I believe. And now she didn't generate as many leads as I normally do for $100, but I think she said she was about 25 leads out of $100. Still not bad. I mean, we're looking at $4 a lead. That's still really good. That's much lower than you're going to find on any other platform, and it's much lower than you're going to find if you try to utilize, like Google AdWords or something like that.
And they've seen your face already.
Right. Now, out of those 25, she has it narrowed down to 10 of them that she's connected with and that she's made rapport with, that she believes that she will work with over the next, could be 6 months. Spread out from, maybe 1 or 2 that's more immediate and the rest of them being, 3 to 6 months out. But the idea is of building a pipeline and generating as many opportunities. What you do with those opportunities is on you. I can't, I can tell you what you should be doing, but I can't hold your hand and force you to go follow up with these people. But what I can tell you is that I'm relentless with my follow-up. And I am all over my leads if I have things that I have to follow up with. Obviously, I'm still in the same business you guys are. We're in a prospecting-based business. You prospect for buyers and sellers, and I prospect for agents, right? So if I have agents that are interested, I'm just going to hammer them. I'm going to do it as much as I possibly can, and I would much rather get an F you, leave me alone, than hear that, oh man, if you would have reached out to me, I would have considered your brokerage. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a better option for me. So go for as many FUs as you can when you're following up with these people, because I'm telling you, that's when you're going to get the thank yous. And you're going to get clients, and you're going to get much better opportunities from that. So I run quite a few ads. And then, I ran an ad last week. I ran a listing campaign ad, and I'll show you what that looked like. I went through this one to show you how to do it. Does anybody have any questions on the mechanics? Pretty simple. Feel like you guys can do it. Awesome. Again, I'm going to email you the link that just walks through everything we went through. You can fast forward through it, get to the spots you're, not sure of, so that way it'll help you. But pretty simple stuff. Use your Boomtown account and drive traffic from Facebook to there. Let Facebook Boomtown capture it for you. Those leads go directly to you. You get notified. Follow up within 5 minutes, and I'm telling you, you have a 25% higher chance by following up with a lead within the first 5 minutes than you do in the first 20 minutes even. So if you want to increase your conversion rate by that much, by 4 times, simply get to it faster, okay? But what I want to show you is what a listing.
Can I ask
So
a
here's,
question?
sure.
Can you turn it off and on during certain times?
Yes.
Say okay.
You cannot set it manually. It's not like Google AdWords where you can say I want the ads to run between 3 and 5 every day. But you can go, like tonight, I could go in at 8 o'clock and pause it, and then tomorrow morning I can go back in and unpause it.
Because you can't, I'm not going to call anybody when I'm sleeping, so.
I personally don't. I let it run.
I get a lot of leads late at night and
Yep.
early morning.
Uh-huh.
And they're not
You
expecting
just
to
call
at that
them.
time, just call them the next morning.
Okay.
Because what it is you have
We're still
Boomtown
okay,
that is going to instantly send them an email as soon as they register.
You see
Okay.
it change.
And it's going to look like it came from you,
Mhm.
which they'll probably know it didn't because it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But then at 9:01, you're picking up the phone and giving them a call.
Okay.
Okay? So you can, I do know people that do stop through the night because they don't want the infomercial people on their website. Personally, I don't really care. I'm pretty sure that every person I've bought in a house through me has watched an infomercial at one point in time or had trouble sleeping or whatever. So I'm not just going to personally exclude people just because they were up late and got on my website. But if you don't want that, absolutely pause it, unpause it the next day, and you're good. So here's an ad that I ran. It just finished out. So I'll show you some stats on this ad. So interest rates are low and prices are going to keep climbing. Now is an amazing time to buy. Take a look at these amazing Scottsdale homes with price reductions. Okay? So this is the ad I ran. I had 11,000 people see the ad. I had 33 likes and 1 share. I had 241 engagements. That means 241 people clicked on my ad
What's your
and went to my
engagement price?
website. Okay, what's that?
Your engagement price is on there somewhere.
And I spent a total of $60 on this ad. I had 2 shares, 32 post likes, 2 page likes. So my business page got 2 additional likes out of it just by running this. And it's actually 205 link clicks overall. I don't see a post engagement.
I saw something
Price.
last night where it showed price per engagement. It's like 16 cents.
Well, in the upper right hand corner, it says you spent $60. but-
Yeah, I got the 60. If you took the $60 and divided by the 205 likes, it will tell you what that engagement price is, which is obviously, pretty cheap.
30 cents.
Yeah, probably something like that. So, I mean, if you could spend $60 and get 241 people to your website that obviously have some kind of interest or they wouldn't have clicked on it, right? And then let your website, in turn, do its job to convert those into leads. And if you're converting at a 10% rate, which our website converts at about 13%, but 10% is way easier for me to calculate, so I'm going to go with that. If you're converting at a 10% rate, I've just converted 21 leads off of $60. That's $2 a lead. Where can you go and generate leads for less than $5 a lead, more or less $2 a lead?
How do you know you converted 21?
Our website converts at a 13%.
Okay.
That
so
is
you
our
do that.
website conversion. If you can get 100 people to your site, its average conversion rate is 13%. So 13 out of every 100 people that go there are going to register as a lead. So I'm just looking at it going, we had 205 people click and go to our website. If we converted at just a 10%, which is under our average, I still got 20 leads from this campaign. When reality is I probably got closer to about 25 because we were probably at 13%.
Do those leads actually go into the lead rotation?
These ones do because these are company generated leads. The ones you guys run will go directly to you. They don't get
Right.
funneled to us in any way. So these are your leads to generate. So this is one that I ran that's a seller lead campaign. Looking for listings. Values are up. Learn what your Gilbert, Arizona home could sell for now. I ran this campaign. I had 9,300 people that got reached from it. And if we look at these stats, I had 129 engagements on this one, or actions, for 114 clicks. So I got 114 potential sellers to click on my ad to see what's happening. Now I know exactly what I received in leads on this one, and I can show you, how these ones come in or where they're at. On this one, 129 engagements brought in 40 listing leads in 48 hours, 2 days.
40 listing leads?
40 leads for $60.
Listing.
And I'll show you how these listing leads are, okay? Now, remember what I said earlier about I'm a man of opportunity, right? Like, that's what I base my business around is I create as many opportunities as possible. I want to know who's possibly interested in selling their house, so I just want as many opportunities with listings as possible. If I can convert them, great. If I can't, well, then I can't, but I want to know that there's an opportunity there. So, as soon as this stops thinking, I'll show you what these leads look like. Basically what they are is they go to a landing page. Okay. All right, so here's an example of a lead that came in. So I send that traffic to a landing page. I'll give you guys a little secret. The company that I use for this is called Listings to Leads. I'm working with them right now to create a broker account that would bring this to you guys all for free. But right now, if you want to go sign up, you can do a 14-day free trial, and I think it's $25 a month thereafter, and it's worth every penny. But I am working with them to set up the broker account right now, and when that's finalized, even if you go sign up for it right now and start paying for it, once we have the broker account, they'll merge it in with ours. They'll merge your individual one that you're paying for right now in with ours, and then you won't have to pay for it anymore.
25%.
I think it's $25 a month and worth every penny, trust me. I mean, I just showed you I generated 40 leads in 48 hours, right? So this is what comes. So this one came in March 24th. Isn't that a couple days ago? Yeah, today's the 27th. So 3 days ago is when this campaign ended. So basically what it does is the lead comes through. It shows me a picture, an aerial photo of the house. It gives me the information. This one came with no phone number. This is actually Scott's, because I was showing him this. So we didn't put a phone number in when we did it. Need to sell soon. Let me show you one that's actually real. Okay, so these are what's called, they label them as partial leads. So what it does is it gives you a photo of the house, and then it comes down here and basically you have the address, and that's it. They put an address in to get the valuation, but nothing else was left, okay? These for me are called opportunities. Because for one, I'm targeting only Gilbert. So these are all within a 10-mile radius of where I am right now, right? And now I have an opportunity to cross-reference and find a phone number if I want and call them, because I have an address. Okay, I can do a reverse lookup. I can Google the address. There's a number of different ways you can find a phone number for people just on their addresses. I can send a list of addresses to the title company and ask them to put them in a spreadsheet for me. And then I can upload them to my database and send them postcards or whatever else. But the most important thing that you can do is pull an RPR report or some kind of valuation, whether that's Cloud CMA or something, and either drop it in the mail to them with your pre-list package or go to their house and knock on the door. What this shows us is actually what the houses are worth too, based on the automated value portion of it. So like this one's showing that they're estimating the house to be worth $445,000. Now, when I did this, out of these 40 leads, not one property came back under $230,000. Everything was between $230,000 and $500,000. Now, you can also see that there's quite a few that come through. Give me a second here. Okay. That'll come through. So this one shows a valuation of $311,000. Gives me the address, gives me some stats and statistics, and then it shows here I have an email address, no phone number, but clearly states I need to sell soon.
Did they type that in there?
They put that in there. They selected that. Okay? So, is it worth my time to go door knock this? Because I don't have a phone number? I need to sell soon. I need to sell your house soon. So, we're a perfect match. Right? I'm not really in the business to sell it later than sooner, so let's get together. Okay? So, would this not be a perfect opportunity to throw together a pre-list packet like the one I showed you guys in the listing training a few days ago? Print out an RPR, create a nice little book for it, walk up to the door. Hey, I'm Kelly with Conway Real Estate. You were on my website the other day looking for valuations, and I wanted to make sure you got this information. So it said you're looking to sell soon. Tell me about that. Conversations will just follow from there, right? They're opportunities. What you do with them is on you, okay? But what I have here is in 48 hours with, what did I spend, $60? A $60 budget. In 48 hours, I created 40 leads, most of which I only got addresses of people that are interested in selling their homes. You notice my ad does not say find out what your value is. My ad says find out what you could sell your home for, because I'm specifically looking for people that want to sell, not people that are curious on their values. Okay? So now I have those 40 people that register over 2 days. I have a handful of them that do provide emails and phone numbers and names and that kind of stuff, and that clearly state, I want to sell soon, right? And the rest of them, you put them on a drip. You do some cross-references to find out what other information you can find. Okay, as a matter of fact, the lead comes through, it actually, this is a whole thing here that gives you ideas on how you can follow up with these people just based on the address alone. Okay?
And that comes from listings to leads.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep. It is very awesome. So we can see here, this is another one, 445, no phone number, but this one they put, I'm thinking about selling. Well, that's really good, because that's the kind of people I work with. The ones that first think about it, and then the ones that actually do it. Right? So my question is there anything that I've shown you here that you don't think you could do on your own? And I'm a big believer that if you want to be successful in this business, you have to be willing to invest back into your business. The problem is most people have this illusion that it costs thousands and thousands of dollars every month in order to invest back into your business. And it can, but it doesn't have to. Okay? For one, most individual agents are out there trying to pick up a Boomtown or a Commissions Inc. or a Zerple or something on their own, and that's expensive because they're going to charge you $1,000 to $1,500 a month just to have their system. Now you have to go generate traffic. Obviously, I cover the bill of Boomtown for us. I just want you guys to use it. It's already free. I just want you to get out there, use the system, link it to these areas where you can drive traffic to it, and give yourself as many opportunities. Because here's what the really cool thing is about real estate. There's two ways to convert. One is drive so much traffic and generate so many leads that it really doesn't matter if you suck, because you'll accidentally convert a certain number that will still provide profit for you. The second option is to be so skilled and so honed in that you're better at conversion to where it doesn't require you to generate that many. I like to be somewhere in the middle. I still like to be skillful. I still like to know that I'm going to convert as many as I can, or have opportunities to convert as many as possible with those that I speak to or have an opportunity to get in touch with. But I also know that I'm a numbers guy, and the more leads I can generate, the better off I'm going to be. So if you're sitting here going, I'm not as skilled, or I don't know what to say as much as this person, who cares? It's just an excuse. It doesn't matter. So they hang up on you, call them back and hang up on them. Move on. They tell you
How
to
do you
leave,
like it?
They tell you to leave the doorstep. They tell you to get off their property. Okay, fine. Send them a gift basket the next day. Make them feel like an ass. Who cares? Move on. It doesn't matter. Get past it. Do it. Because I'm telling you right now, this business is about helping as many people as possible to put the most amount of money in your pocket. And I'm telling you right now, there's at least a couple people I know that will do this and implement it, and then we'll do it at a high level that are in this room right now. And I also know that there's some people that will walk out of here and won't do anything. Not because there's anything personal against anybody in this room, but statistically they say 10% of the people in a classroom will implement and the rest of them will find an excuse of why they didn't. Now, I would love to find out that we're the exception to that rule. So I would love it if you guys would keep me posted on your success. You know, like I know Chris has ran some of these ads. I know Todd has ran some of these ads. I know Angie runs a lot of these ads. These guys keep me posted on their success because I like to hear about it. I like to know it's working. I'm not out here doing this kind of stuff just because I got nothing else to do. It's literally to bring value to you guys so that you can pass it along. I have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars trying stuff that doesn't work. Okay? The cool part about being in a brokerage like this is that I still spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every year on stuff that doesn't work. But I only bring the things to you guys that do work. So you don't have to rely on spending your own dollar every year on stuff that doesn't work anymore because I have a budget for that. I don't have to look at something and go, man, that's going to suck if that doesn't work. I think that's a 50-50 shot. That's good enough for me to try. Let's try it. Nope, 6 months later it didn't work. Okay, that's $2,000 out the door. Oh well. But I try 10 things a year and one of them turns out awesome. And I bring that one thing to you guys, and now you guys can focus your time on that. This is something I've been teaching for a really long time. This is something I've been using for a really long time. I typically spend $400 a month on Facebook when I'm, really committed to it. And Justin can vouch. I mean, there's a couple months where he's calling me up going, dude, I'm drowning. You got to shut the freaking Facebook off for like a week at least. Because you can generate a ton of traffic if you do it, if you do it and you're consistent with it. Okay? Don't get lengthy in your titles. That's where a lot of people make mistakes. Typing out a title, that's this long, a paragraph. No, keep it simple. Gilbert Homes, super low prices. Find out how you can buy them with zero money down. Boom, there's your ad. You have, the 0.5% program at Academy. You have the Home in 5 program that Nathan offers. I mean, there's so many options out there you can use for people, to bring them in that are really strong hooks. Okay? Does anybody have any questions on the Facebook stuff? No. Okay.
I'll review it.
What?
I'll review it at some point.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my recording.